Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable, the lecturer Ustaz Dr. Kaharudin SPM Home, and all my friends who have time to watch my video. First of all, I would like to thank God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has been giving us blessing and mercy so that I can complete my assignment too. And also let's deliver salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik alaih, who has brought us from the darkness to the brightness. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dwi Masafana from PBIC and I from English Education Department, Faculty of Tarbiyah and Teacher Training at UIN Alauddin Makassar. On this occasion, I would like to answer the 6-point question from my assignment about research in language education context. As far as I know, research is a scientific activity conducted systematically by individuals involving steps such as formulating a problem, determining a theory relevant to the subject of study, selecting data collection techniques, collecting data, analyzing data, and drawing conclusions. The purpose of research is to study a problem or phenomenon that differs from previous research in order to gain deeper insights, new knowledge, or even to improve upon previous research that has not yet been studied or discussed in detail. Research is conducted out of curiosity about a particular phenomenon. In my view, educational research is a systematic scientific process designed to examine various aspects of the field of education in depth. This research aims to identify issues in the learning process and find appropriate solutions based on data analysis. Additionally, educational research generates new knowledge that can be used to improve the quality of teaching and student learning. Yes, educational research, particularly research on English language education, is crucial. This is because various phenomena or issues often arise during the learning process that require scientific examination. For example, many students have not yet achieved their learning objectives, whether in reading, grammar, writing, listening, or speaking skills. Through research, researchers can identify, analyze, and find solutions to these problems. The research results are then used to draw conclusions in accordance with the research questions. Thus, teachers or lecturers can design more effective learning strategies, methods, or approaches to achieve students' learning objectives. I agree that research should be made a requirement for graduation at the university level. This is because research is a practical application of the theories studied during the course of study. Students not only understand concepts theoretically but are also able to apply them in the form scientific research. Furthermore, research is not merely a requirement for graduation, but also a means of developing critical, analytical, and systematic thinking skills. Research also provides experience in identifying problems, processing data, and writing scientific reports. Thus, research can serve as a foundation for students as they enter the workforce or pursue further studies, as the skills gained are relevant to both academic and professional needs. I chose the scope of student learning and achievement because this area is directly related to the core of education, how students learn, what influences their success, and how the learning process to improve to make it more effective. Scientifically, this can be explained through the constructivist theories of Piaget and Vygotsky, which state that learning is an active process in which students construct understanding through the experience and interactions. Thus, learning success is determined not only by the material but also by student engagement. Furthermore, DC and Ryan's self-determination theory indicates that motivation significantly influences student achievement, as students driven by internal intrinsic motivation tend to be more active and persistent. Thus, the scope encompasses the interrelated aspects of the learning process and motivation in student learning and achievement. As far as I know, the primary purpose of conducting research is to discover and uncover new truths or knowledge that have not yet been clearly revealed through the scientific process. For students, the purpose of research is not only to deepen their understanding of information, but also to test cause and effect relationships between phenomena, describe the characteristics of individuals or groups in a given situation, and evaluate how frequently a problem occurs, thereby ensuring that the knowledge gained is systematic and critical. That was my explanation and the answer from the 6-point questions. More or less, please forgive me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.